Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So Unfortunate Love is starting for the rest of Africa after they've done it in South Africa. So it is starting for the rest of Africa today by 7 p.m. It is replacing Undercover Love. So I thought to bring the first episode of Unfortunate Love to you guys. So please keep watching to see how Unfortunate Love is going to start by 7 p.m. today. Malishka sees Lakshmi climbing up the cliff. Lakshmi sees Malishka and says, "You tried to kill us." Malishka says, "Yes, I will kill you and Rishi." And Lakshmi is shocked. At the Oberoi house, the doctor says, "I will give Virendra some medicines," and tells them that he should not have any tension and nothing bad should be talked about in front of him. Neelam asks the doctor if Virendra got heart attack. The doctor says yes and says Virendra is bearing the heart attack because he is strong, and the doctor tells them that Virendra should not have any tension. He asks Virendra to be happy and do as he wants. Karishma says that she would get the medicines for Virendra, and Karishma leaves. Neelam asks Virendra not to take tension. Virendra says he wants to rest, so Neelam also leaves the room. On the cliff, Malishka tells Lakshmi that yes, you are right. I tried to kill you and Rishi, and nobody will be saved. Malishka tries to smash Lakshmi's hand with her heels, but Lakshmi owed Malishka's foot, and Malishka is shocked. At the Oberoi house, Virendra says to himself that thank God, Neelam did not doubt him that he is faking his sickness. Karishma says to Neelam that what must be bothering Virendra. Neelam says that they will talk with Virendra once he gets better. Mukesh comes there and asks Karishma if Virendra is fine. Karishma says Virendra got mild attack, and she asks Mukesh to make soup for Virendra. Neelam comes in and asks Virendra to have his medicine. Virendra thinks that the doctor knows everything, that he is pretending to be sick, so the doctor would have prescribed just vitamins for him. So Virendra takes the medicines. Grandma comes there and pretend, asking them to take Virendra to the hospital, but Neelam and Karishma ask Grandma not to worry. Grandma says to everyone that she doesn't know what tension Virendra has, that he got heart attack. Virendra coughs. Grandma overreacts and says Virendra's worry should be relieved. Neelam says the doctor said that Virendra is fine. Grandma says heart attack can come again, and this is happening due to worries and tension. Grandma says my son doesn't share his pain with anyone, but he shares his happiness with everyone, and Grandma gets worried. At the cliff, Lakshmi tells Malishka that she will not let anything happen to Rishi. Malishka says, "What if you die then?" Lakshmi asks, "Have you gone mad?" Malishka says, "You have snatched my Rishi, and now Rishi cannot be of anyone, especially you, so you both have to die." Lakshmi says to Malishka that Rishi will not die, and you will pull me up and save me. Malishka says, "I will kill you," and she asks Lakshmi to leave her foot, and Malishka thinks that she has to kill Lakshmi, else Lakshmi will save Rishi. At Ranu's house, Shalu is happy that Rishi and Lakshmi are going for their honeymoon. Bani asks Shalu to call Ayush and ask about their journey, and Shalu agreed. At the cliff, Malishka sits down as Lakshmi tries to climb up holding her foot. Malishka looks at the stone and she takes it and hits the stone on Lakshmi's hand repeatedly. Down the cliff, Rishi says, "Sorry Lakshmi, I cannot hold it for a long time." Malishka says to Lakshmi that you are inauspicious for me, for Rishi and for everyone, and now you will die. Malishka asks Lakshmi if she wants to know how she will die. Malishka hits the stone on Lakshmi's head and makes Lakshmi fall down the cliff. Rishi sees Lakshmi falling down the cliff and he holds Lakshmi's hand. Lakshmi asks Rishi to leave her hand and save himself. Lakshmi says, "I am sorry Rishi," and Lakshmi leaves Rishi's hand. Rishi sees Lakshmi falling down and he shouted Lakshmi, and he leaves the tree branch and falls down following Lakshmi. Rishi holds Lakshmi's hand while they are both falling. Lakshmi asks, "What did you do?" Rishi says, "If you are not there, then even I will not be there." Rishi asks Lakshmi to say the 3 magic words before they die, and they record their moments together. At the Oberoi house, Ayush thinks that Rishi must be in the airplane, and that is why his phone is off. Ayush says Rishi might have switched off the phone. He calls the airport employee who tells him that Rishi has not gotten to the airport yet, and Ayush is shocked. Shalu calls Ayush and tells him that her sister's phone is off, and tells him that even Rishi's phone is off. Shalu says something is wrong and she feels that Rishi and Lakshmi are in trouble. Shalu says she is worried. Ayush says even he is worried and they wondered what to do. At the cliff, Malishka is sitting there holding a stone after throwing Rishi and Lakshmi down the cliff. At home, Kiran tells Sonal that Malishka has ruined her own life and says Malishka is finished. Sonal asks Kiran to calm down. Kiran says Malishka tried to kill Lakshmi many times, but this time, Malishka has killed both Rishi and Lakshmi. Sonal says to Kiran that I wanted Malishka to get at Rishi. Kiran says but Malishka has killed Rishi and says if Malishka is caught, then Malishka will get death punishment. Kiran says it is worse than death for a murder and Kiran gets worried for Malishka. Ayush reaches a place and thinks that where is Rishi and his sister-in-law. Shalu and Bani are also there. They are worried, thinking that where did they go? Ayush asks that what should they do? Bani says we should search for them. Ayush says first we should go to Rano's house and take the route to go to the airport, and they all sit in the car. While falling down the cliff, Rishi asks Lakshmi to say I love you. Lakshmi faints and falls on Rishi. Rishi says what your tongue couldn't say, your heartbeat is saying it. And Rishi shouted saying I love you Lakshmi, and Rishi hugs her. While holding the unconscious Lakshmi, Rishi gets hit by the stone twice and they both fall down from the cliff into the river. Malishka hears Rishi's voice and asks Rishi to die. She tells God that she has sent Rishi and Lakshmi to him and she laughs crazily. Malishka goes to the temple and tells God that she has sent both Rishi and Lakshmi to him and she asks God not to send them back. Malishka laughs crazily and says she has killed them. At the Obre house, Karishma says why is her brother worried about what, but they couldn't figure out. Grandma asks if Virendra's worry is about business, and Virendra thinks that his mother should not overreact, else Neelam would understand that he has been faking his sickness, so Virendra signaled to Grandma. Karishma asks that what tension do Virendra has, and Grandma says we should ask Virendra once he gets better. Grandma asks Neelam if she would do anything for Virendra. Neelam says yes, they would do as the doctor said. Grandma says that she is sure that Neelam will make Virendra fine in 2 to 3 days. Neelam tells Virendra that she got this family because of him and says that she will not let anything happen to him. Malishka is walking on the road and she thinks about Rishi and a moment together. Ayush's car goes from the same road and Shalu was about to see Malishka, but they miss seeing her. Bani asks Shalu to call their aunt and Shalu calls Rano. Rano picks Shalu's call and asks that where did they go. Shalu asks if their sister called her. Rano says no. Shalu ends the call. She says their sister is surely in trouble because her phone and Rishi's phone are not reachable. Bani asks Shalu to talk positive. Shalu asks that how far is the airport and Ayush says somewhat far. Malishka sees the temple and recalls Lakshmi and Rishi's marriage. Some guys comes to the lake and find Rishi and Lakshmi's car there. They think to check if anyone is inside, but there is no body there and there was an accident in the area. Malishka comes inside the temple and applies ashes on her forehead. She says, I did what you have said and what you have written in your destiny. She says, I have killed Rishi, but you made me do it and you forced me to kill him. Malishka says, I did not like how Rishi has betrayed me and says that my heart asked me to kill Rishi and I killed him. Malishka says to the goddess that I liked Rishi immensely, but Rishi did not understand and I have to end his life. Malishka says now Rishi cannot return into my life again and says she has killed her own love with her own hand and she cried. Malishka asks the goddess why did she do this and says Rishi did not understand my love and he held Lakshmi's hand. Malishka says she has no regret of killing Lakshmi, but she has to kill Rishi as Rishi wanted Lakshmi. Bani gets worried for Lakshmi and tells Ayush that they are on the airport road, but Rishi and Lakshmi are not here. Ayush asks Bani to have courage and says that she can fight if given sword. Ayush turns to Bani while driving and Shalu asks Ayush to look at the front as he is about to hit an inspector's jeep, but Ayush stops at the right time. The inspector asks Ayush if he is drunk and driving. Ayush says no and gives the inspector the big decoration that fell from his car. The inspector asks that why is the girl stressed. Shalu tells the inspector about her sister and her brother-in-law's car and says they did not reach the airport till now. Ayush says to the inspector that the car that Rishi and Lakshmi took to their honeymoon was decorated. The inspector asks if this is the car's number. Ayush sees the car number and gets shocked. Malishka comes home. Kiran asks if Malishka has killed anyone. Malishka says she has taken her revenge and she says that she has killed Rishi and Lakshmi and she got some peace now. Kiran slaps Malishka and asks if she is a murderer and says she is her daughter. Kiran says they will get peace when the police arrest Malishka and she cried. Sonal asks if Malishka left any proof there. Malishka says she did not leave any proof and Sonal is relieved. Ayush, Shalu and Bani comes to the cliff with the police inspector and they identify the car that Rishi and Lakshmi took for their honeymoon. The inspector says their team is searching for Rishi and Lakshmi. Ayush asks Shalu and Bani not to cry and says nothing would happen to them. Ayush tells the inspector that they have to go down to search for them. The inspector says you have to go there to identify them. Shalu says they will be fine. Ayush, Shalu and Bani goes there and started searching for Rishi and Lakshmi. They see Rishi and Lakshmi's together forever written on the paper and they get shocked. Ayush tells Shalu and Bani that Rishi and Lakshmi will be fine and says that he will search for them in the river, but Shalu stops Ayush from going into the water. Ayush says that where are the divers that can go into the river and says I will go there and search for Rishi and Lakshmi. Shalu stops Ayush saying that he doesn't know how to swim, so he shouldn't go into the water. The divers comes there and search for Rishi and Lakshmi, but they couldn't find them. Shalu says maybe Rishi and Lakshmi are not in the lake and says they should check in the hospital. And Ayush talked to the inspector and sent Rishi and Lakshmi's photo to him. At home, Sonal asked Malishka to think and asks if she left any proof at the accident scene. Malishka says maybe. Sonal asks if Malishka is mad and says you have killed 2 people and you are saying maybe you left proof, and she asks Malishka to think again. Sonal asks Malishka to think if she has left any proof at the accident scene and says what proof did you leave? Malishka recalls how she drove the truck to hit Rishi and Lakshmi's car and says that she has left the truck there, and Sonal is shocked and Malishka is also scared. Alright guys, thank you so much guys for watching. So hopefully this is how Zeeworld is going to start the new one that they are bringing by 7 p.m. today. So the next episode will be dropping soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.